there is a quiet grief that can settle in the bones in the later seasons of life. A feeling that the sap of the tree no longer reaches the furthest branches. It is a disconnect between the spirit's memory of vitality and the body's present truth. Many will look only for a list of ingredients in this sharing, but most will miss the final, most crucial understanding of how to prepare the vessel itself. Without this, the most nourishing meal is merely wasted, unable to deliver its gifts. Withered branch. We look at a great old tree in the late autumn or winter. We see its gnarled bark, its strong trunk, but we also notice the tips of its branches. They may seem dry, brittle. The vibrant life force, the sap that once rushed to every leaf and every new shoot, now seems to have receded, to have pulled back towards the core. This is a natural cycle. It is a gathering of energy, a conservation. It is not an end, but a change in the expression of life. In our own bodies, as we navigate the later seasons of our journey, we can experience a similar phenomenon. We feel that the warmth, the flow, the vibrant circulation that once effortlessly reached every part of our being has become less potent. The communication between our core and our extremities feels slower. This is often felt most intimately in the areas of our body that are the ultimate expression of abundant, overflowing vitality. It is not a failure, nor is it a sign of being broken. It is a message from the body that the way we nourish and sustain our energy must now become more conscious, more deliberate, more wise. The world around us often speaks of this phase of life as a decline, a loss. It focuses on what is no longer there, on the memory of summer's peak. This mindset itself can contribute to the withering. If we believe our energy is gone, we cease to cultivate it. We accept the brittleness of the branch, but a wiser perspective, one that learns from nature, sees this not as an ending, but as a call for a different kind of care. The old tree does not try to be a sapling. It stands in its magnificent aged strength, drawing its sustenance in a new way. It relies on its deep roots, on the quiet, steady nourishment from the earth. Our task, then, is not to chase the frantic, explosive energy of our youth, but to cultivate a deep, enduring, foundational warmth. It is to learn how to encourage the sap to flow again, not with force, but with gentle, persistent invitation. We must tend to the soil, protect the roots, and offer the kind of nourishment that warms the very core of the tree so that its life force may once again feel safe enough to extend to its furthest reaches. This feeling of a withered branch is a symptom of a deeper imbalance. It points to a system where the inner fire has grown dim, where the river of circulation has become sluggish or obstructed, and where the foundational essence has been depleted over many years of striving and stress. To simply target the symptom with a quick fix is like painting a dry leaf green. It does not restore life. The work must be done at the root. It begins with the very first thing we do to start our day, the first nourishment we offer to our body after the long fast of the night. This first meal, this breakfast, is not just about filling an empty stomach. It is a profound opportunity. It is the moment we decide what kind of energy will define our day. Will it be scattered and fleeting, or will it be grounded, warm, and enduring? The choice of what we eat, and more importantly, how we prepare it and consume it, can be a powerful message to our body that we are ready to tend to the whole tree, not just mourn the single branch. Morning stillness. Before any food touches our lips, before we even consider a recipe or a list of ingredients, the true preparation must begin. It begins in the quiet space between waking and acting. This is the most overlooked, yet most essential part of any nourishing ritual. Our body, upon waking, is in a delicate, receptive state. The mind, too, is often closer to its natural state of stillness before the day's concerns rush in and claim it. To leap from bed directly into activity, to immediately fill the mind with news and worries and plans, is to create a state of internal chaos. It is like trying to pour precious water into a cup that is already shaking violently. Most of the water will be spilled. The body cannot receive nourishment deeply if it is in a state of subtle alarm. The digestive system, the circulatory system, all the functions of rest and repair are compromised when the mind is scattered and stressed. The body constricts, the pathways tighten, the river of our vitality cannot flow freely through a constricted landscape. So, the very first ingredient of this vital breakfast is not a food, it is a moment of deliberate stillness. Upon waking, before your feet touch the floor, take a few conscious breaths. Feel the air enter your body and feel it leave. Place a hand on your belly and simply notice the gentle rise and fall. This simple act sends a powerful signal through your entire nervous system. You are safe, all is well, you are not in danger. This signal is the key that unlocks the body's ability to heal, to digest, and to circulate its energy freely. It moves the body out of a state of fight or flight, a state many of us live in constantly without realizing it, and into a state of rest and digest. In this calm, receptive state, the body becomes like a perfectly still, empty cup, ready to receive whatever we offer it. The nourishment we then provide can be absorbed fully and directed to where it is needed most, rather than being wasted by a system in turmoil. This practice of morning stillness does not need to be long or complicated. It is not about achieving some special state. It is simply about creating a pause, a space. Perhaps it is 5 minutes sitting quietly by a window, watching the day begin. Perhaps it is a few gentle stretches to awaken the body with kindness rather than force. The what is less important than the how. The intention is to create a foundation of peace for the day, to prepare the soil before planting the seed. When you begin your day from this place of inner quiet, you will find that the food you eat feels different. It nourishes you on a deeper level. This is because you have prepared the vessel. You have calmed the waters. This is the profound truth that is so often missed in our quest for health and vitality. We focus intensely on what to put into the body, but we forget to prepare the body to receive it. Before you can warm the branches, you must first create peace at the root. This morning stillness is the silent, invisible, and most potent ingredient of all, gentle warmth. Now that the vessel has been prepared through stillness, we can begin to consider the physical nourishment. For a body in its later seasons, the goal is not to shock the system with cold, raw, or overly complex foods in the morning. The inner fire of digestion may not be as robust as it once was. We must tend to it gently, offering foods that are easy to break down and that provide a sustained, warming energy. The foundation of this breakfast is something humble, something from the earth, simple, rolled oats, not the instant kind, which is often broken and stripped of its life, but the whole grain. Oats are a profound food. They are grounding. They provide a slow-release energy that does not spike and crash, but instead offers a steady, reliable fuel source for the hours to come. They are like a warm blanket for the digestive system, soothing and nourishing. The act of gently cooking the oats on a stovetop, of watching them soften and come to life, is part of the ritual itself. It is a slow, mindful process, a stark contrast to the rush of modern life. To this comforting base, we add the elements of gentle fire. These are not aggressive spices, but catalysts of warmth that awaken the body's circulatory system. A small pinch of cinnamon is one such catalyst. It has a sweet warmth that has been honored for centuries for its ability to support healthy blood flow and balance. It does not force, it encourages. A tiny sliver of fresh ginger finely grated into the cooking oats is another. Ginger is a root, it is of the earth, but its energy is awakening. It brings a pungent, deep warmth to the center of the body, a warmth that then radiates outwards, helping to open up the pathways and encourage the sap to move towards the extremities. These are not mere flavorings, they are invitations. They are gentle whispers to the body's inner fire, encouraging it to burn a little more brightly, a little more steadily. This warmth in the belly is the starting point for warmth in the entire system. When the core is warm, the branches have a chance to feel that heat. Finally, we add the element of deep nourishment, of concentrated life force. We add the seeds and nuts that are the very essence of potential. A small handful of walnuts, broken by hand, is a perfect addition. The walnut itself resembles a small brain, a reminder of its power to nourish our command center, but it is also rich in healthy fats and compounds that are the building blocks for the hormones that govern our vitality. They provide the deep foundational nutrition that helps to rebuild our reserves. Alongside them, a spoonful of ground flax seeds. These tiny seeds are immense powerhouses of fiber and oils that help to keep the inner river clean and flowing smoothly. They nourish the very walls of our circulatory pathways. This combination, the grounding oats, the warming spices, the essential fats from nuts and seeds, creates a meal of profound harmony. It does not jolt the system, it honors it. It provides a gentle, sustained, and deeply nourishing warmth that builds a foundation of true, enduring energy for the day ahead. Living water. A meal, no matter how nourishing, requires a medium through which its gifts can be transported. This medium is water. Our bodies are rivers, and if the river runs low, if it becomes thick and sluggish, then even the most potent nutrients cannot reach their destination. Circulation is, at its core, a matter of flow, and flow requires hydration. However, in the context of this morning ritual, we must think beyond simply drinking a glass of cold water. Just as we seek to bring gentle warmth to the body with our food, we must also do so with our drink. A cold liquid first thing in the morning can be a shock to the system, causing it to constrict and dampening the digestive fire we are trying to kindle. The water we consume should be living, infused with a gentle energy that supports our intention. This is why the ideal accompaniment to this breakfast is not a harsh, acidic coffee that borrows energy from tomorrow, but a simple, mindfully prepared tea. Consider the act of preparing a gentle green tea. It is a practice in itself. You are not just boiling water, you are taking care. The water is heated, but not to a raging boil that would scorch the delicate leaves. It is brought to a point of readiness, a state of potent heat that is respectful. You pour this water over the leaves and watch them unfurl, releasing their color, their aroma, their very essence into the water. This water is now alive. It is infused with the subtle cleansing properties of the tea leaf, which has been known for centuries to support a healthy, open circulatory system. It contains compounds that act as gentle guardians of our inner pathways, protecting them from damage and helping them remain flexible and responsive. To sip this tea slowly, to feel its warmth spread through your chest and belly, is to consciously participate in the act of hydration. It is to help your inner river flow. This living water is not only for drinking. The very water you use to cook the oats can be seen in the same light. It is the medium that softens the grain, that awakens it, that merges with the spices and the seeds to create a unified, harmonious meal. Every element is connected. The water is the carrier of warmth, the transporter of nutrients, the very essence of flow. By choosing to hydrate with intention, with warm, living liquids, you are supporting the entire process. You are ensuring that the nourishing building blocks from your breakfast don't just sit in the stomach, but are efficiently carried to every cell, every tissue, every extremity of your body. This conscious hydration is the difference between a dry, cracked riverbed and a gently flowing stream. It is the element that connects the core to the periphery, ensuring that the warmth kindled in the center has a pathway to reach the furthest, most withered branch, inviting it back to life. Patient cultivation. We have now assembled the elements of this morning ritual, the stillness that prepares the vessel, the grounding oats, the warming spices, the essential seeds, and the living water of the tea. It is a beautiful and harmonious combination. But here we arrive at the final, most crucial understanding, the one that most people will miss. The power is not in the recipe. It is not in a single breakfast. To eat this meal once and expect a miraculous transformation is to misunderstand the nature of the body and the nature of life. The withered branch of an old tree does not become supple and green overnight. It is a slow, patient process of consistent, gentle care. The true secret, if there is one, is not the what, but the how, and the how often. It is the patient, daily cultivation of this practice that creates lasting change. It is the rhythm, the consistency, the devotion. Each morning that you choose to begin with stillness, you are casting a vote for peace over chaos. Each time you mindfully prepare this warm, nourishing meal, you are sending a message of deep care and respect to your body. You are telling it that it is worthy of this time, this attention, this quality of nourishment. This consistent messaging day after day, week after week, is what slowly rewrites the patterns of the nervous system. It is what teaches the body on a cellular level that it is safe to relax, to open, to allow energy to flow freely again. The body, especially as it ages, learns from rhythm. It thrives on predictability and gentle routine. This morning ritual becomes an anchor of stability and warmth in a world that is often cold and chaotic. It is this psychological and emotional nourishment that is just as important, if not more so, than the physical nutrients themselves. Therefore, do not approach this as a short-term fix. Approach it as a practice, like tending to a garden. Some days you will be more mindful than others. Some days you will feel the benefits more acutely. It does not matter. The act is in the showing up, the patient, loving repetition. This is the ultimate expression of self-respect. You are honoring the season of life you are in and providing it with the specific kind of care it requires. You are not fighting your body, you are entering into a partnership with it. Over time, this patient cultivation does more than just improve circulation. It builds a foundation of deep, resilient energy. It calms the mind. It brings a sense of groundedness and peace to your entire being. The vitality that may then express itself in the outer branches is merely a beautiful symptom of a system that has been brought back into a state of inner harmony through slow, patient, and loving care. True vitality, especially in the winter of our lives, is not the roaring fire of summer. It is the deep, quiet, and enduring warmth of a well-tended hearth. It is a strength born not of force, but of wisdom, patience, and the profound power found in the simplicity of a daily ritual offered with a still mind and a grateful heart. I came here looking for a simple list of foods, but I'm leaving with a philosophy for my mornings. The idea of morning stillness being the first and most important ingredient has completely changed my perspective. Thank you for this wisdom.